The fusion of Japandi aesthetics with modern Chinese art finds one of its most striking expressions in the form of traditional Chinese ink paintings. The art of Shanshui, or mountain water painting, has been a fundamental part of Chinese culture for centuries, emphasizing fluid, expressive brushwork that captures the spirit of nature rather than its literal form. In the context of Japandi design, these ink paintings take on a contemporary and minimalist interpretation, where the simplicity of form aligns with the philosophy of Japandi minimalism. Instead of elaborate details, the brushstrokes are often softened, and the color palette is muted to blend seamlessly with the neutral tones of Japandi interiors. The result is a piece of art that retains the ethereal beauty of traditional Chinese landscapes while integrating into a more subdued, modern setting. This intersection of tradition and modernity is a defining characteristic of the Japandi meets tradition movement, demonstrating how two distinct yet complementary artistic traditions can coexist. Another significant hallmark of modern Chinese art within the Japandi framework is the integration of calligraphy. Chinese calligraphy has long been considered not only a form of writing, but also an art form in its own right, embodying rhythm, movement, and balance. When placed in a Japandi-inspired space, calligraphy pieces are carefully selected for their simplicity and harmony with the environment. Instead of large, heavily decorated scrolls, modern interpretations often feature a single character or a few strokes, emphasizing minimalism and elegance. This restrained approach allows the calligraphy to blend naturally with Japandi interiors while still carrying the depth of Chinese philosophical and cultural meaning. The smooth brushwork, paired with a neutral color palette, reflects the essence of both cultures, Japan's appreciation for emptiness and China's reverence for artistic expression. The balance achieved between the two styles is delicate yet powerful, offering a refined visual experience that invites contemplation and appreciation. The concept of Feng Shui also plays a crucial role in integrating modern Chinese art with Japandi aesthetics. Feng Shui, which focuses on the flow of energy within a space, shares many similarities with the Japandi principle of balance. In Japandi interiors, Feng Shui elements are subtly incorporated to enhance the sense of harmony and tranquility. For instance, furniture arrangement follows Feng Shui principles to ensure a smooth flow of energy, with an emphasis on openness and natural light. Art pieces that reflect nature, such as landscapes, mountains, or water motifs, are chosen to reinforce the connection between the environment and the human spirit. The use of negative space, a core component in both Chinese and Japanese design, is carefully balanced to create a feeling of spaciousness and calm. By integrating Feng Shui principles with Japandi's minimalist approach, the art and decor achieve a seamless cohesion that elevates the space both aesthetically and spiritually. A distinctive feature of modern Chinese art within the Japandi framework is the incorporation of traditional ceramics and porcelain. Chinese ceramics, particularly the renowned blue and white porcelain, have long been admired for their elegance and craftsmanship. In Japandi-inspired interiors, these pieces are carefully selected to complement the neutral color palette, often appearing in muted tones rather than the more vibrant hues traditionally associated with Chinese pottery. The minimalist approach of Japandi allows the fine details of Chinese ceramics to stand out without overwhelming the space. A single ceramic vase with hand-painted motifs or a subtly textured porcelain plate can serve as a focal point, embodying both the refined craftsmanship of Chinese artisans and the understated elegance of Japandi design. This blending of styles demonstrates how historical artistry can be adapted to modern aesthetics, creating a visual dialogue between the past and the present. Beyond ceramics, motifs drawn from traditional Chinese symbolism also find a place in Japandi-inspired spaces. Patterns featuring clouds, dragons, or floral elements like peonies are often reinterpreted in a contemporary and minimalist manner. Instead of ornate and intricate designs, these motifs are streamlined, appearing as subtle engravings on wood, delicate textile patterns, or even abstracted forms in artwork. The simplification of these traditional symbols aligns with Japandi's preference for clean lines and restrained aesthetics. Yet, the cultural significance of these motifs remains intact, evoking a sense of heritage while fitting seamlessly into the modern home. This balance between cultural identity and minimalist design is what makes the Japandi approach to modern Chinese art so compelling. It respects tradition while making it accessible to contemporary sensibilities. Furniture plays a crucial role in bringing together Japandi and Chinese design elements. Traditional Chinese furniture, known for its elegance and functionality, is adapted to fit the more restrained aesthetics of Japandi interiors. Instead of ornate carvings or lacquered surfaces, the modern interpretations favor natural wood finishes and clean, simple lines. Chairs inspired by the Ming Dynasty, with their graceful curves and balanced proportions, are seamlessly integrated into Japandi spaces. Similarly, low wooden tables reminiscent of traditional Chinese tea tables find a place in Japandi living rooms, reinforcing the shared emphasis on craftsmanship and simplicity. The selection of furniture in these spaces is deliberate, focusing on pieces that carry a sense of history yet fit within a modern, uncluttered environment. This careful curation ensures that the essence of both traditions is preserved while creating a unified aesthetic. While Japandi design is typically associated with neutral and earthy tones, modern Chinese art introduces subtle yet meaningful touches of color. The use of red, a color deeply rooted in Chinese culture, is carefully controlled to serve as an accent rather than a dominant feature. A single red brushstroke in a painting, a deep crimson cushion, or a ceramic piece with a subtle red glaze can provide warmth and depth to an otherwise muted color scheme. Similarly, gold, which symbolizes prosperity and elegance in Chinese culture, is used sparingly in decorative elements such as picture frames or small metallic details. This restrained application of color ensures that the Japandi principle of simplicity is maintained while allowing for cultural storytelling through visual elements. The result is a harmonious blend where tradition and modernity coexist in perfect balance. Sculpture and carvings also play a role in merging Chinese and Japandi aesthetics. Modern interpretations of traditional Chinese sculptures, such as simplified Buddha figures or abstract representations of Guanyin, bring a spiritual and meditative presence to Japandi spaces. Unlike the elaborate and detailed statues of classical Chinese art, these modern pieces are often crafted with smooth, flowing forms that align with Japandi minimalism. Wooden or stone carvings inspired by Chinese mythology or nature motifs are also reimagined in a more subtle and understated manner. These elements add depth to the space while reinforcing the shared values of contemplation, harmony, and natural beauty that underpin both Chinese and Japanese artistic tradition. The influence of traditional Chinese architecture can also be seen in Japandi-inspired interiors. While Japandi spaces are often associated with Japanese design principles, elements of traditional Chinese architecture, such as the use of courtyard layouts, wooden screens, and symmetrical arrangements, can be integrated into the design. The incorporation of Sihiyuan-inspired features, such as open-air spaces framed by wooden beams, enhances the sense of openness and connection to nature. The careful balance between openness and enclosure, a key aspect of both Chinese and Japanese architectural philosophies, ensures that the space remains serene and functional. This blending of architectural elements further strengthens the dialogue between the two cultures, resulting in interiors that feel both modern and deeply rooted in tradition. Finally, contemporary Chinese artwork, particularly paintings and illustrations inspired by traditional themes, find a natural home in Japandi spaces. Artists who reinterpret classical Chinese subjects, such as plum blossoms, cranes, or misty mountain landscapes, through a modern and simplified lens contribute to the evolving fusion of styles. These artworks, often characterized by soft gradients, delicate brushwork, and minimalist compositions, embody the essence of both Chinese artistic heritage and Japandi aesthetics. By incorporating these contemporary yet tradition-inspired pieces, Japandi spaces achieve a sense of timelessness, where the past and present coexist in quiet harmony. This final touch completes the journey of Japandi meets tradition, showcasing how art can transcend time and culture while maintaining its core essence.